Greetings, bloggers, vloggers, followers, and potters. Dustin here from Dustin's Dynasty. Today I want to talk about the unknown. And I don't want to sound like a scientific film or a scientific theater, but when we talk about the unknown, we're talking about things, that we as autistics have very little knowledge in, and we have to do things that are not the norm, or we don't know what to expect or how it's going to go or what every minuscule detail of how something is going to take place or commence. And that can be difficult because we like to know precisely, rigidly, what are the changes of that event. What are the what is going to happen here, here, and here, and here. And sometimes you just can't know all that. And it's a struggle. It's a very big struggle for me. I'll give you a prime example of that. This week I did a 5K, and I'm glad I did a 5K. But to get to that point, it was very, very harsh on my family. I was very anxious. I was ruminating over thoughts, thinking I couldn't do it. I didn't really know. I knew the course, but I didn't really know the course. I didn't think I'd make it up. I knew there was a hill involved. I didn't think I'd make it up the hill. Just all these brewing thoughts in my head. You know, why I couldn't do it, and that when I would pass out, or just things that I wouldn't think that were thought and brewing and constantly brewing, and they are hard to stop. And sometimes they're just really, really hard to stop, these brewing thoughts. If you don't nip them off at the bud and do something constructive, such as vlogging here. I had a hard time getting the vlog today because I just couldn't get off ruminating thoughts about something else. But, it's just you have to focus on something to keep you busy. And it can be hard. It really, really can. It's not easy to know, do things that are normal or new. But yeah, so anyway, I knew this course had a heel to it. So we got there, checked in the prep field. We didn't even know where the starting line was, to be honest, until we saw the inflatable starting line. And so we went over and we got stretched, and it was a pace. It was a set time thing where you could go and you could set. It were different paces of different people went in wave. They went in waves, and we were in the last wave because we were walkers, and there were about 50 or so walkers, 50 to 100 walkers in this event. And so we went up the hill, and the hill was a struggle for a minute, but as it went, it got better. And once it got better, I was rocking. I was going down that trail so fast. I was still in walking speed, but I was going down that trail so fast that I almost missed the turnaround. And when I turned around, I booked because I knew the exact same way back. It was an out and back trip. I booked, and ironically, I had a 58:24 time, which is the best I've had this year, and I am so glad that me and my physical health was able to do that and accomplish that milestone of finishing with an 18-minute pace and being under an hour of finishing the walk. Um, it was so rewarding to be at that 58:24, and to see that my work did pay off by all the anxious and all the worry. But people that support me, they know I can do it, and they're very proud of me once I do it. But it's like I can't believe what a word that they say in edgewise, because it's like I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear the pain, or I don't want to hear that I can do it. I want to hear that I'm just going to quit and I'm a quitter. And when I can do things, and I do things very well. So it's a delicate balancing act, and that's been for a lot of things I've done in my life. Walks are a lot of the time that is when I do 5K walks. That is kind of like my mind build up, my anxious, and my build up, my thoughts there, and it's never, it's never good, and I need to retract from that thought, but it always doesn't come out that way. And sometimes when I say those, get into that negative rumination of thought, it doesn't come pleasant for those around me, those who support me, those who are always there by my side, and it could be rough for them, and it doesn't treat them kindly, and in effect, my mother, it affected her to, she was in tears, and I felt really bad afterwards. And once I got up and decided that I would do the walk and did it well, she was very proud of me for the accomplishment that I had made. It wasn't easy, um, but I did it, and I'm proud. And I can safely tell you that I have been walking 3.1 miles or 3.2 sometimes at over the weekend, this weekend, and it's coming. It's so much easier. I'm not in pain. I'm not out of breath. I did stop on a bench today, but it was good, and I picked right up and I went along, and it wasn't hard. It was just it's a challenge sometimes to get up in the morning and say, hey, I'm going to do this. But once I do it, I enjoy it, and sometimes I don't put my business elsewhere, my elsewhere stuff that is not part of walking and not part of getting those feelings out. And I take it with me there. And sometimes I shouldn't because I let it out, and then, it brews and it spins, and just like the other things that I think I can't do or don't do well at. And I think I do well at things if I wouldn't keep doing them. And I've been a success at 90% of the things I have done in my life, and it's definitely showing. The walking is showing that it's going good, and I'm not in pain. I'm not having heart attacks. I'm doing very well. I didn't even need to stop for water today, so that's definitely a non-scale victory there for everybody. Just you have to give a, you know, I just somehow have to get it out of my head that I can do things, and that I enjoy doing them. And it's I think there's a lot of anxiety build up, when I want to do things and they're different and they're not normal and they're scary, and sometimes they're not even scary as much as they're not the way I want them to be. And when they're not the way I want them to be, I get mad. But I can't get mad because it's not it's not who I naturally am. I can be a very good spirited person. I am very good, and I can be very well spirited, but it just sometimes it doesn't work its way out. So I know I need to work on that, and I thank you for listening to this because I needed to get this out on a vlog so that you could better understand my realm of when it's. I know I did this, in a blog post last Monday, but I feel that I needed to get this out in vlog form so that you understand, what the anxiety and the obsessive thoughts and the, the constant battle that I face, every day that I can't do something when in reality I can. So I try to keep positive affirmations going. So if you like me on Instagram and Facebook, I do a lot of affirmations every day on those platforms, and there's some great followers that I like to follow. So just keep looking at those at Dustin's Dynasty on Facebook and Instagram. I'm also on Twitter and at Dustin's Dynasty, YouTube, Dustin's Dynasty, um, Pinterest and TikTok at Dustin's Dynasty ASD, on the web at www.dustinsdynastyusa.com. I thank you very much for listening to this vlog, and as always, thank you and have a nice day.